back. I feel like
Just right there. You're fine.
okay, but I'm like way up here and I'm like a giant next to you.
You're bigger. Oh, hey, we're on.
Hey everybody. Okay.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Kurt and Kim here for our weekly confabulation.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
It is. Wait.
Are you excited?
I'm thinking. I'm like, what do we do next?
Oh, well.
Oh, we wait for people. Oh, there's one person.
Hey, we got somebody watching.
We
That's
wait
awesome.
for people. We look for hearts. That's the way we start.
Yeah. I meant to get. Did I give you your pepper?
No, I'd better have one of them.
I have one.
I always say it.
I gave myself one and forgot to give you one.
This close.
I know. I'm just addicted to these things.
Nice,
we have them at the garden in our little flower pots.
It's one of my. It's a benefit.
It's an employee
It's
benefit.
a benefit.
It's
Perk.
your employee benefit.
You like
That's
my
awesome.
shirt?
I do. You're all
Yep.
purple today. We're kind of
Isn't that
matching.
nice? Yeah.
Hey, Becky.
I'm sure it'll surprise you, but a lot of the stuff that I received recently, gift-wise, and it's purple.
I don't know.
figure.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like the Curves ladies. They start wearing purple.
Mm-hmm.
My friends, and I've decided now we're working together. Kurt's. I mean, you get on
I've
the
got
purple
my own
bandwagon.
costumer at home too, so
Yeah.
she's.
Well, she likes
does.
to make sure you look spiffy.
That's right.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
We got 4 people watching. Hey,
Yeah.
you guys,
Pay
let us
attention.
know you're
Let's tell 'em
here.
what we're
Shoot us a
doing.
comment. Say, hey, Kurt. Hey, Kim, tell Kurt, hey.
Hey.
He makes him
Yeah.
feel good when you let him know you're watching. Anyway, it makes
Yeah.
me feel good too, obviously. So we're happy to have you today. It is Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Our weekly winning word this week is pivot.
Pivot.
Imagine that. That's like the word of the year for 2020. But honestly, I don't see it going too far in 2021. Pivot is something that a lot of us are having to do personally and definitely in our business.
If you haven't embraced it yet, you might as well continue and look into it because it's not going away.
Yeah. And I don't know, some of you guys, if you're members of I've Decided, in the weekly winning resource, I had the picture of Ross carrying up the, carrying the couch up the stairs. You know, in the...
I like you recommended. I looked it up on YouTube or whatever.
And watched it where it's like, pivot, pivot, pivot. And then my favorite, though, is
they
when...
come back down the stairs.
When the guy, I can't remember the friend's name, when he goes, shut up, shut up, shut up.
Chandler.
Yeah. Chandler goes, shut up. You know, and so that's how we feel, right? When we're having to pivot, when all these changes are coming at us and we're having to pivot, we're like, no, I don't want to. So anyway, it's a good word. It's a word we wanted to talk about. So that's, you know, I said, this is not what we mean by pivot. That was the tagline, obviously. That is not what we mean by pivot. It means a whole lot different, something a whole lot different when it comes to your goals and to your dreams.
Right. It's much more than just moving a couch. But we definitely do recommend you get a chance, go out there and look at the video. It's hilarious.
It is hilarious. It'll crack you up. But also, before we get too far into this video, while we still got some people watching, before we bore you too much, this Thursday is our free monthly workshop, and it's going to be all about pivoting. It's called Pivot or Perish. It's going to be an awesome workshop. You can sign up. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything to attend. If you go to our events on the I've Decided page, all you have to do is just click the link and sign up so we can send you your Zoom link and information so you can join us Thursday at 11:30.
And it should take less than 2 minutes.
Oh, sign up for that? It's less than 2
It's
minutes.
less than 2 minutes.
Definitely less than 2 minutes. And so, okay,
So pivot seems to be like, we're really hitting it hard this week.
yes.
And then, because then you're going to also talk about it on your show, I think, next week. But yeah, it's a great word. We usually start, I know you don't have it in front of you again, probably, but the definition.
Oh, no, the definition. I know,
go ahead.
yeah. The definition is to turn or rotate on a central point.
Central point, yep.
I memorized it because I knew you were going to ask me, and it's a short little definition. So
We're getting better at this, yeah.
So I got Juanita's watching. Hey, Juanita.
Juanita.
Shoot us some love, you guys. Let us know. Say hey in the comments. We always love to know who's there. But yes, to pivot is to turn or rotate on a central point. And that's there's many definite, when you look up a word, just go try it. When you look up a word, you'll find that there's many definitions a lot of times, right? Mm-hmm. And I kind of have to look for the one that truly means where we're going, the path that we're taking on our weekly winning word.
And that's why I always say when you're trying to apply it to your own success and with these weekly winning words, I start right off when you first hear the word, what first comes to mind? What kind of emotions do you feel, when you hear the word? Because, like you said, there's the definition, but then there's always, how does that word affect me?
Yep.
How do I feel when I hear that word?
Yep.
And for me, when I saw it and thought about pivot, honestly, it was right in line with all of the analogies you made as far as the basketball game.
Yes, so pivot is a basketball term. Mm-hmm. So for some of you guys who are, who love basketball, you know this. And for some of you like me that maybe didn't know a lot about basketball, well, guess what? I know a lot about basketball now because I learned.
She knows what she read.
No,
I haven't seen her on the court at all.
Well, I didn't say I could play basketball.
She's learned.
I know the game. I have an idea of the game now because I did some research, and truly, pivot is really a basketball term. It's where it's been used mostly until recently in the business world, and then pivoting as far as when change occurs, and we started using it as in that aspect, I guess. So.
Well, and I like too. You say that it's not necessarily just having a plan B.
No, it's not.
There's more to it.
Yeah. Actually, plan B is ditching plan A, going to plan B, right? So when you think about plan B, you're saying we're just out with the old, in with the new. Plan A did not work. Now we're just changing the whole strategy. And pivoting isn't a new strategy. It's a part of strategy. So remember, the definition is that you turn or rotate on a central point. So when you're pivoting in your goals or your dreams, or you're at work, or when change happens, when, like right now, we're in a environment that's ever changing, and it's really a turbulent environment, right? Personal and professional. We got changes coming from everywhere. Businesses have had to shut down. We're working, people are working from home. Everything's went online. The changes happen so fast. Morale is like really low. Even people who are typically more positive, upbeat people by nature have low morale right now. So, there's a lot of pivoting that's having to happen. And so when you think about that central point, that's the thing that doesn't change.
Which is the goal. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
The pivot point, the thing that stays fixed, is the goal.
The end result, right? We still want to be successful. So we still want to provide good customer service at our businesses. If you're having, maybe having to do your business online right now, you still want to be able to provide that service, or, you still, from a personal standpoint, if you're having a visit with your family on FaceTime or Zoom, you want to make sure that you're doing it in a way that you can still reap some of those benefits. The end result is to build relationship, to build that time, the quality time.
Which you would have done otherwise, but now we have to do it another way.
We have to do it a little bit differently. And
Hi, Mom.
And so, is your mom watching? Look, there she is. She's a little late, but she's here. Hi, Karen. Good to see you. We can always count on Mom usually. You weren't here last week, though. I noticed. She didn't hop on last week. I don't know where she was.
And I don't know. We can always count on Mom usually.
Yes. We can always count on Mom
fine.
usually.
Yeah.
Okay. So that central point doesn't change. So the other analogy that I used is you might have to change the direction that you get there, but the destination is still the same. So we're still trying to get to the destination. We're just doing it differently. For example, I've decided our destination is still 1,000 Launch My Success members. That's the destination. That's the goal. That's not changing. However, now we have pivoted to coaching online, to having our first and third Thursday.
There's our Texas coach right
Oh,
there.
yay. Hey. She says, hey, y'all. Hey, Jenny. You know what? They got snow in Texas.
I know.
She got like 5 inches of snow. My niece.
We don't even have that much.
No. My niece in Alabama is building snowmen.
Yeah.
A snowman in Alabama.
But
Maybe
I do have ice outside. Still,
Yeah, ice. But anyway, so hi, Jenny.
So back to, so we got coaches now.
Yes, absolutely. We have success partners that are doing group coaching for our Launch My Success members. And we've had to acclimate. I mean, when we talk about pivoting, which by the way, when you do pivot, it's usually an urgent situation. If you think about in the basketball game, right? The basketball player when he pivots, it's because he's about to lose the ball.
Because he picked up his dribble.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's going to lose the ball if he doesn't pivot.
Yep.
And when he pivots, he's got 2 choices to make. Because when that foot comes off the ground, he can take 3 steps, I learned. 3 seconds or 3 steps.
Yeah, not steps, but he's got time.
But a very
If he
limited
takes steps,
time.
he's traveling.
Well, he's got to pass or shoot.
Yes.
And so when we think about that, when it comes to what we have to do in our personal and our business professional life as we are encountering lots of changes coming at us, we have to pivot, and we have to do it relatively quickly.
Yes.
We don't have a lot of time. I'm so excited. The last slide, I'm going to give you guys a hint. The last slide on Thursday for the workshop for Pivot or Perish is titled Pivot, Don't Ponder. Isn't that great?
You're so witty.
I love it. Pivot, don't ponder. So you'll keep wondering what that is. So don't ponder, get signed up. But you really don't have time to ponder. Think about the basketball player. He doesn't have time to ponder. Right. He's got to make a decision. So when you're pivoting, you are making a decision based on your central point, based on what you already know, the training you've already got, where you're going. So you're making what the strategy already is. So you're making these decisions based on information that you already have. It's not a plan B. It's not a made up idea.
Right.
And I got something else exciting.
Well, and I'm just going to add to it part of the article. And again, it just makes the light go off in my head when you describe the whole basketball game is, on top of that, you have your team members around you who are supporting and encouraging you, and they've got your back.
Yeah, and they're telling you, shoot, pass, or they're waving.
Yes.
They're giving
Let me help you.
Yes.
Send it here. Yeah.
They're giving you some clues, which is really awesome. And shoot, I had a really good point that I wanted to make.
I just made it go.
And it's gone. I forgot what it was.
I didn't even say squirrel.
I know. But anyway, so.
You had something very exciting.
It was exciting, and I lost it.
Think of
It'll come back to me. But anyway, so it's not Plan B. It's not. Oh, I remembered. So one of the things that I found whenever I was out doing research was there's a guy named Sam. He's only like 40. He lives in Chicago. He's got quotes all over. He's worth millions. He's an entrepreneur. I don't know. I just found him online, and he talks about pivot, and he said that a successful pivot. So when a company or you successfully pivot, the idea is really the founder, like the person's original idea to begin with. Like it usually doesn't stray away from where the original concept.
It comes back to where you
It
started.
comes back to full circle. And I about fell out of my chair because you can attest to this, that I've wanted to grow. I've decided outside of Peoria, I've always known that we were going to move into Texas and Florida, and even my friend Kim in Australia, potentially globally already with all the online, which is exciting. And that's something that I said from the beginning. We just, we're going to do this more virtual, just didn't know how.
Right.
And look, we're pivoting to virtual streamlining online, and it is back to the original idea. So that's what I mean when I said it's not a plan B. It's not like scratch, start all over.
Sure.
That's not what pivoting is. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Do not do that.
Well, listen, again, if you haven't gotten out and had the opportunity to read through the article, it's great. Once again, great job.
Thank you.
Kim wrote it.
I was excited about this one.
And it has 4 points that you want to take note of to successfully pivot. We already mentioned that we've got you're going to be doing that, what are we calling it? Webinar, workshop.
It's a free monthly virtual workshop
on Thursday on Zoom. So if you haven't registered yet, please do so. Remember, you have to fill out the form
to get the Zoom link. You just click on the event on our Facebook page, and
we've got our vodcast tomorrow.
Yes,
which is going to be Andy's.
Andy
right?
Thornton. He's doing Pivot.
Okay, and is that what else? Of course, we're getting psyched up and ready for the conference.
Yes, if you have not signed up for the conference, please do that at the website. If you're a member, make sure you log in. If you log in, then it's going to know that you're a member and that the conference is included in your membership. So when you click on the event and you click on sign up, it automatically knows that you're a member and that it's included. It fills in all the blanks for you, which is really cool. And then all you have to do is click that you're going.
Yep.
If you're a non-member, you can sign up for the conference too. You just sign up as a non-member, okay? And then if you prefer to become a member so that you can get it included in your membership, you can do that while you're there and become a Launch My Success member. And that only takes 2 minutes.
Takes 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
You need to go through an extra 2 minutes, and then the conference is free. So, yeah. So if you haven't, all of our members that are watching, get out there and register, because it's going to be here before we know it.
Yep, that's right. And we want to see you there. So I feel like, and then,
anything else this week?
Well, I just got so much in here that I want to talk about. I can't, but Kurt will get me if I give you all. He's like, you can't tell them everything in the article. They need to be a member. Okay. And if you're a member, you have the article. But I do want to say this. I just want to leave you with this, because maybe this might even intrigue you more to come to the workshop. I think there's, all of us find ourselves going into 2021. I think that everybody's been impacted in some way, some form, or some fashion. And so whether it's personal or company, business, I think, there's 2 main areas that we've been impacted that we have to pivot, and we're going to talk about that on Thursday. And that is from in-person to online.
Like we're doing now.
Right, and our morale, the low morale that especially a lot of companies are having to deal with, because their employees have been impacted so much, and there's so much happening. It could be, you might have an employee who their kids are at home homeschooling, and they have a parent in the hospital with COVID, and they're trying to come to work and perform at work.
Well, and the work's just not the same. I mean, I don't know about you, but almost all my friends, nobody's returned to work.
Right. No, Joe's still working from home too.
And that seems to be the norm.
So I just, pivoting isn't a bad thing. Pivoting is a good thing. Change isn't a bad thing. Change is painful. Pivoting, the pain of pivoting. We're going to talk about that on Thursday. There is a pain to pivoting. It's change. There's a pain to it. But once you get acclimated to it, it gets a lot better. Trust me, when we went on lockdown, in April and May, and I had to immediately figure, we were a in-person company.
Right.
Everything we did entailed us getting together with a large group of people.
Which, yeah, and we miss you terribly.
But we had to pivot immediately.
We knew we weren't going to stop.
No.
Yeah.
So the first thing I did was attend a conference, a virtual event on virtual events. And I learned how to do it. And next thing you know, we're going virtual. And so that's an example of what you have to do when you need to pivot. And so we'll talk about that. So anyway, exciting stuff. I hope you guys are doing awesome. And I'm going to be sending this out. Guess what Joe did? So he
gave us a holder for our camera.
He did.
Thanks,
give us.
Joe.
He gave us a holder for our camera. Do we look better today? I don't know. We're up a little higher. That's
anything
awesome.
to do with the holder.
And so, now see, you made me lose my thought again.
What?
What was I saying?
Guess what Joe did? That's what you said.
Oh, yeah. So last week we had our community networking and learning. And I did the tutorial on our success workbook and journal. And which, if you missed that, I'm going to send you a recorded version. I really want you guys to watch it because it gives you, it tells you exactly how to use your workbook.
It's a great presentation, yeah.
Oh, thank you, Kurt. But what Joe did was he kind of shrunk it down and added some fun stuff to it, and took out a lot of my, babble, and made it a little more watchable. So I'm excited about that. So I'm going to send that link out. And I want to make sure you guys are using your success workbook and journal and making sure you're utilizing that tool to help you stay on track, okay? So that was that. I don't know. I want to just keep talking. I don't want to go.
We're going on. This is going to be a record. But it's nice seeing you all. Happy
Thanks
Monday.
for tuning in. It was exciting.
Week.
I think we had like 6 people watching the whole time.
It was good.
What are we gonna? We're gonna go from 6 to 600 to 6,000 to 6 million.
Lots of zeros.
Lots of zeros. No, anyway, we're happy to have the 6 of you watching, and I know some of you will watch later. That's awesome. And so share and encourage. I see the hearts flying. That's great. We love that. And thank you, Kurt. I appreciate you so very much. Love having you in this weekly confabulation and helping me out. I've decided it's awesome.
Great start to the new year, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
All right. See you next Monday, everybody. Have a good week. Hopefully, actually, no. I'm going to see you Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
I
meant for this.
Well, right. For the confabulation. Jenny says pivot. I love it. Okay. Bye.